Hello? 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 Hello?
Yes.
Yes, we are with you,
We are
Ambrose.
hearing
Go
you now.
ahead.
Hello,
Please, please bear with me. I don't know what's happening on the internet. All the internet here, like 4 of them, that are giving us issue here. Please bear with us. Please, please.
Yeah, it's because of Pakistan. That's it.
Yes, here we'll stop before the internet interrupts us. I'm looking at the GTP, saying that GTP is consistent in terms of releasing the result as at when do. Please, let's keep our mute our mics so that you can hear what I'm saying. Please mute your mic.
Eh?
Mute your mic.
Da wadda ta ci cewa remote nan ne mai san. Wadan na shi.
Are you there? Okay. Hello.
Yes, we are hearing you.
Yeah, we're
Okay,
here.
yeah.
We're here, Ambrose.
Okay. If you look at the
Ambrose, go ahead.
Okay, if you look at the GTB here, GTB has been consistent in releasing the results. That means you as an investor, you should know or trader when to be in GTB. If you look at GTB trend, as I've showed you, on the 2nd of March, on the 6th of March, 14th of March, these are 2019 release was 2nd of March, 2018 was 6th of March, 2017 was on the 14th of March, and 2018, 14th of March. So that GTB is consistent in releasing the results. You can plan with this kind of company when to position and when not to be in their stock. Like Zenith Bank, I mentioned it earlier before I moved to UCAP. UCAP also is one of them that you should also look at. Very consistent in terms of releasing their figures or their earnings, both on quarterly and on full year. If you look at UCAP here, UCAP have been in February. They've not released the result in March. That means between the second week in March and the last week, second week in February and the last week in February, you see the result of UCAP. And the way the market is going, UCAP yield as we speak now is about 9.13 in terms of yield. And if they maintain their 50 kobo dividend, which they might likely grow it because their performance for 2020 was outstanding, they might likely to surprise investors. But if you are there, just hold on, don't exit your position in UCAP. I will tell you that because the potential is high that they might likely pay good dividend, and that also support their price to rally. That means you don't need to panic if you are in such a stock as we speak now. If you are not there, you watch. Like I said earlier, if you are just at the beginning, you need to get some material that will help you to educate yourself on how to make money on any season. This any season is compulsory and it is part of the market. If you know how to invest both first quarter any season, second quarter, full year, you always make money around all this season. That's why you need to get that massive earnings video and also position in it. The 10 golden stock as we speak. I don't want to go because I'll share this thing at the end of the training. I'll send it to you, or you go to our site to get this date. But for the 10 golden stocks that we just mentioned in the last thing that we did in December 5th, I will tell you out of that 10 golden stocks, 6 to 7 have surpassed even the target. And our projection that within 150 days and in less than 40 or 45 days we achieve some target. That means if you are not in such stocks, you need to get the 10 golden stocks. Use it to even to look at your portfolio. Is your portfolio aligned with that? If not, you can sell some position. And that is why the 10 golden stock is good for 2021. Get a copy of that, by sending another yes to us after this training that my colleagues will send you the link for that the 10 golden stock with a little money to pay for it. Why we are doing is that you should know where to be, because after the MPC meeting and the interest rate remain unchanged, yes, that means we have crossed the first hurdle. Then we'll now look at the yields that will come from either Treasury bill, the next option that will come by Wednesday, that same week or the upper week. Look at it, is the yield in the monetary bill coming up? Already we have seen in the fixed income market, the bond, that yields are already improving. If that continues in also in Treasury bill, it might also gradually start costing funds to move away from the equity space down to others, because all those pension funds, they would like to balance their portfolio. That's why you need to also keep your eyes on the outcome of the meeting. But like I said before the internet interrupted us, if you have sold and you are holding cash, you have not done badly. All you need to wait to see the outcome and also jump back in those stocks that still has the potential to rally. Like I just mentioned, stock like Police Microfinance, as we speak now, that is the highest yield in the market now. Don't forget that when they paid their 20 kobo dividend for 2019, the price moved from around 1 naira 20 kobo, 1 naira 2 kobo to almost 199, and that has been the highest for that 2020. But now we look at their performance, they are likely even possibility that they are going to pay you 25 kobo, and the market is also likely to react to that 25 kobo. That means the yield will be high because the price is already below 2 naira. You can look the way of such stock again, to look at. But these are the things I'm looking at. These are small stocks that I know there's potential for them to give you money. Stock like the Jaiz Bank too. Jaiz Bank can be consistent in dividend payment. If you're a growth investor or long-term investor, Jaiz Bank is equally good because of the nature of its business, of their business, and how they operate. For me, I see that stock also at that low price is good for you to enter. But other penny stock like an insurance company that we're seeing 20 people coming up, I will still beg you here that you should just be very, very careful buying those stocks. Yes, you can make quick return on it. I said it earlier, speculator can move it up. You can follow them if you are smart. If you know that you can't follow them, buy those stocks you are sure of making money at the end of the day, so that you won't get your finger burned. Because when the market will go against you, I know the capitalization in the sector is part of it, and also CPA trying to encourage business, small business, what part of what is impacting them. And for me, you have to be very, very careful in buying into all those small cap stocks. But for those blue chips, those dividend paying stocks, I'm comfortable with them. You can take position. But don't forget that I said earlier that the market is already at overbought region, technically. And also some stocks also are selling even above their intrinsic value. You need to match it so that if you are taking position, know where this company is going, where's the book value of this company, what is the valuation for this company. If it is high already, you should know. That's why we're also here to share. That's why I call these few stuff for you to look at. And also, if you are in WAPO, like I said, WAPO has started moving before it slowed down because of profit taking, and the people looking to see the outcome of NPC meeting. WAPO is a stock that should be in your portfolio if you are in this forum today. But there's opportunity that WAPO will still go higher. If you look at the yield in that sector and also the pricing in that sector, you see that WAPO is already, I use mispricing already for that stock because that price is selling is not what actually WAPO should be selling. That means there's what we call undervalue there. There's a lot of value in WAPO. You can also look the way of WAPO. These are the things we should consider this period, especially as we go into the new week. But for me, there's no need for anybody to panic in the market at this time, but rather hold your position yearly, especially if you're in good stock. But if you're in those penny stock, those what called kubo stock, if you have made profit, please don't hesitate to just take your profit now and move back. Don't stay too long in those kubo stocks. Thank you for your patience. The internet I've not experienced this. I started this question and answer like this. The internet just, with almost 4 lines we're having here, trying to change even to the network, and the one we have, the planet is just, I don't know what happened today. And this we're using for the meeting. Please, you have to bear with us. We believe that by next one, we will make more provision for the internet. Any question at this point?
Hello, Mr. Ambrose.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Thank you for the presentation, and thank you for the selfless service. I pray that God will keep blessing you and increasing you on our side in Jesus' name.
Thank
now,
you.
I want you to look at when you were showing us the chart, the market chart. Maybe we can bring it up again.
Okay.
That market chart, there's something I noticed there that I feel maybe we can still look at it again. Because if you see the way the market moved up, it's almost like a market that is not trending because it's just a direct market to the top. And it's so sharp. I see the green light started from the bottom and moved straight to the top. And this is a very sharp movement. Don't you think at a very slight fundamental fault, the market will crash heavily? For example, look at the uptrend that we have before this and look at the heavy downtrend that we experienced at a very slight fundamental fault. So don't you think the risk of staying in the market here is on the high side? That's my first question. Then the second one is the statistics that we see about the release date of all those companies. It's a very good one. Then I want us to also add some statistics to it. Let's look at it. Is it that maybe 2 weeks towards the release date? Is it that the stock has always been going up? Or maybe 2 weeks or 1 week to the release date? Is it that the market is always coming down in that stock? So that we know that should we enter towards the release or we should start exiting if we have made profit? I think that statistic will go a long way in guiding us the more. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your question. I appreciate you. You are welcome. Let me start from the sharp movement in the market. If you look at this candlestick here, you can see how long it is. And I told you earlier on this program that it is just few stocks that moved the market up last year. Go and check it. They are very few because the high cap stock moves. Stock like Airtel, stock like MTN, stock like Dangote. These are the stocks that pull the market up. But the good thing again that what market is doing now, even as market has rallied to this high, like you are saying, but if you look at the first this trading days for this new year, trading pattern has changed. Something tells you that the market is changing direction. And that direction means that this uptrend is likely to be sustained for a while because there's factors that market are looking at. But because markets are at overbought region, correction is imminent, is possible at this point. That is why those that took profit last week or this week we are reviewing, I'm not against them because correction can come anytime. But because of the funds that are running the market, I'll say it again, it's not the fund like when the foreign investor shake or they sneeze, market will start falling. No. These people that are in this market now are those who have entered for a particular day to look at the dividend. And the PFA, they don't want to just sell now without getting their dividend plus their capital appreciation. And now the yield we are talking of the yield market is not really pronounced that it has improved. But we saw the ones in the last primary option they did in bond for 25 years and 15 years. There's little improvement there. If it continues going through the year, naturally, gradually, they will be selling off their holding in equity to move to where there is safety. But as we speak now, they're already in this market, and that yield environment has not improved overnight. But that's likely to support the market as we speak for me. And looking at the earnings season that also is ahead, is also a plus for the market. People want to take dividend, and I said it earlier that in every earnings season we have in this market, the most active and has strong momentum or strong sentiment is this full year earnings season, because many equity on the exchange has what more December, and they are going to reward investor. And investors don't play with dividend, and even the PFAs. Dividend is part of their gain in investment, and they are long-term people. And if you are entering a stock in January or around November to make around 10% yield on their dividend or even on the capital appreciation, most PFA will be at home with it. But I see that when yields in the fixed income start improving, they might likely gradually start selling off to get position there. That is for that. But for the data on how to position, I remember I've emphasized that yes, there's always what we'll call it a value position or value area in technical analysis, which I did in that video. You want to look at where is the stock before the number hit the market, or where is the stock? Is it going down? And the trend that, like I always say that if you are in stock like GTB, and GTB has a trend that even when they mark down, it will always bounce back. That means if you are GTB, take your dividend, even when they mark down, you still make money. That time you don't exit. But if you want to position and you go to that video, you see the value position. That value position will tell you, is this going to break out when results hit the market? And also don't forget that it is the performance of the company that the market will react to. And this will come with is dividend, is it a good dividend? Do they increase their dividend or do they cut their dividend? Is the numbers positive or negative? Is it a flat number? Market is going to react to it. That is why market will always treat you, the way you perform. Look at what happened in Vitaphone. When Vitaphone came result, because of the growth in dividend, you see the response that it hit, it got as high as $9.80 kobo, just because of earnings news. That is what we trade, both in equity market, both in the bond, even trade news and information. Now that news is positive, market will react to it. That's why you need to be in stock before the result in the market. Like what you just said, either 2 weeks you are positioning or 1 month, but you must be in that position to see before results. But don't wait until the results to start jumping in. Because if the company you are in perform excellently well, market will treat that stock and price will go up. Come on, that guy says set a reasonable goal. Any investor in the market has no goal or objective will always be tossed up and down by the market. But once you have a goal, I want to stay in this stock I want to stay make 50% in this stock. Once you hit your 50%, carry your baggage and leave the market. Those that make 100%, it's not your concern. You have achieved your goal. The guy that is going to make 100%, the market can go against him. That 100% that he is expecting will work overnight. You know the way stock can move 2 days, 3 days, get 10%. It can make 30%. And also turn that under 3 days, nobody is to pick it. Because when the party is over, people don't want to leave the party hall. They don't wait and pack. That's why you set your investment goal and know when to exit when the market is still in a false direction. That force is there in the market. When the momentum is there in the market, don't wait until everybody in the market is selling. That is where you see that nobody is speaking. I see when example, when Jacob was going up, so gaining almost 9% every day. Oh, the day they start selling, people that want to sell, they still today nobody is speaking because of what everybody wants to go exit at the same time. That's why you need to set your investment goal and know when to be in stock and when not to be in stock. Thank you very much. Is that okay for you?
Thank you. It's okay. Thank you.
God bless you. Yeah. Any other question? Yeah. Hello, house. Any other question? Hello.
Okay. Since there's no other question, let me ask this question.
Okay,
Do you have any, even if it is market rumor, any reason behind the movement in insurance stocks? Then can you see, have you had anything? What is actually moving those insurance stocks? Even if it's a rumor, let's hear it.
Okay. The number one thing I know that is moving that industry performance or price is one. They extended their recapitalization, one. And also, if there will be merger and acquisition in that industry, companies don't want them just to swallow them cheap. No, if you want to marry somebody, your price will come something. But if I want to marry you, you should also rock father, look very beautiful, fight out, I love you. If there want to be a merger in the market, you have to look at your price to know the exchange rate, the exchange rate they will do to match. I think that is why it's, and also CBN has also given a kind of a sign that the market also should be used to encourage long-term funding for businesses. And if the market is doing well, it will attract all these companies that are coming, all these ones to come to the market. Those that are still struggling, they can do that issue if the market is doing well. I think these are the attraction, and also we are seeing in the insurance, in the low cap stock. And also when you see low cap stock coming up anywhere in the world, especially when you are in recession, it shows that there's a sign of recovery of that economy. Knowing that stock market anywhere in the world is a leading indicator. When you see all those low cap stocks coming up and the market is trying to come up, or the economy is trying to come up, it's a sign that the market is on the right track of recovery. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hello. Any other question?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Andrews.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Hello, Mr. Ambrose.
Yeah, I can hear you, sir. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hello, go on. I'm hearing you. Yeah.
Hello.
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Yeah.
Hello.
I'm hearing you. Go on, sir. I'm hearing you.
Hello.
I'm hearing you. Go on.
I think it's internet again. Let's give him some time.
I'm hearing you. Go on.
Hello, sir.
Hello, I'm hearing you.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Yes, sir. I am hearing you. I'm hearing you.
Yeah, the conclusion of that what you are doing before it went.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Ambrose. Do you have any information on the name, the bonus? Have you credited anyone? Hello?
I know that they've marked down, but I have not know whether they credited anybody. I'll find out whether they credited anybody. But they've marked down. Yeah. Hello? Are you there? Hello?
I think he's still having a problem with his internet, so let's give him some.
Yeah, you go ahead. I can hear you. Go ahead. Hello, go ahead. I can hear you. Yeah.
No.
I can hear you. Go ahead. Are you there? Hello? Hello?
Mr. Omordion.
Yes, go ahead. I can hear you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate you and I thank you so much for this service.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes. Number one, the schedule of the payment of dividend, is it available to people who are your subscribers? Whether you are going to send it to them already or you are going to send them.
Is it for
That is
okay, the release date? The release date, okay. Is it the release date?
yes, yes.
Okay. Yes. They will
Yes,
have
sir.
it. Yeah, sir.
You know, if I can have it, I will appreciate it.
Okay, sir.
Number two, now, if looking at what happened with Transcorp and Japol and a couple of insurance companies, do you foresee that people might be stampeding out very soon in the market, and the market will also make is the kind of chart that it can make
Kind of a
a
pullback.
vertical,
Yeah, like this.
a
Yeah.
vertical pullback.
Okay. Are you
You
done?
know,
Okay.
and number three specifically, I want to know what is actually pushing WAPCO. Are the major shareholder buying, or is there a prospect of a bonus, or could it be that they have already sold the Ghanaian associated company profitably and they want to distribute the income? That is my concern.
Okay. I will.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I will start from the last one, the WAPCO. WAPCO 1, as
Yes,
you
sir.
just rightly said, the sell-off of Ghanaian holding is good, but it's a plus for them, which is going to impact on their number. But I don't see them sharing it in form of bonus for now, because they still want to expand and make their business more attractive and enter new markets too. For me, they might not share it, but if you look at the number of WAPCO, their numbers show that there's improvement and they are coming up. And at the same time, I said that for that price is mispriced situation. And don't forget that this same WAPCO came to the market, to raise funds at 42 naira right issue. And this same the white shareholder, the major shareholder, they bought at that price at 42. And at 12 naira, they still bought. Then for me, they would like the stock to bounce back, even support that price. And with their fundamental looking better. And for me, that is what we are looking at. That is what people are saying, that there is potential for WAPCO. And also, don't forget that the open of board also is a plus for all of them in that sector, both Dangote, Cement, Goa, and WAPCO, because they need to go outside the church to sell their product, which is equally good. I see that is what people are looking at. For the shareholder, we have not seen the middle insider dealings that tell us that either the major shareholders are buying. Don't forget that these days now, when the major, either the MD, whoever that is buying, they will let us know. That is how to make the market transparent. But I've not seen such information from WAPCO major shareholders or even their director. But for me, the low price and undervalued nature of the stock is what's also influencing the people entering. And if you look at the yield, if WAPCO at this period with the look at the price, and
that's good. That one line of a bank.
if you're able to pay one house, please. If you're able to pay dividend above dividend around 1 naira 50 kobo, that will go a long way to move the price up. Don't forget that they paid 1 naira the previous year. Anything around 50 would have been more than almost 50% growth in their dividend, and that's what people are forecasting that is likely to be. And that's why they are taking advantage of the price that is low. That's one attraction I see there. Then, if you look at as you just said, that the low cap stocks that just move up recently, just like as I've answered the first caller, that the low cap move is just an attraction of low price. Transcorp that you mentioned, there's information about Transcorp. That's why the Transcorp move, and that information is still going to support Transcorp, if not immediately going into the year, because their investment in power, really the Alpha plant, and even this oil, because if you are putting your money in power and oil, and you are in agriculture, I see that this will start yielding resource transfer going into the year, either from their second quarter or third quarter. A wise investor that are thinking of will start taking position. What you saw the pullback in Transcorp is going to last, it's going to bounce back. For other low cap stock, I just said, it's just speculators moving them up. But for that insurance sector, I said that one, because there was postponement in their capitalization and the possibility of merger. And if you want to merge too, you don't just want to merge that, like you want your price to go so that they will not just swallow you like just like that. But that is what we are seeing activities in insurance companies. And also CBN has said they want to make this market attractive so that all those small companies can also raise long-term funds from the market. And the market will be active before people can come and raise funds. If you want to do that issue, market has be also be price has been going up before you can succeed in doing that. That's why we saw these kind of activities in this first few trading days of the year. But I see that going forward, knowing that February in the history of the Nigerian market has been a miss a month and a very dicey one. That means that if you are seeing profit-taking activities here at this point, there's no cause for alarm. But if we start seeing numbers, there will be what we call another rally that will come. If these numbers will beat expectation, what the that came from even from what's it called from Vitafoam has given us an insight if the number is beyond market expectation. Because the dividend they paid was 70 kobo against 42. Market was not expecting that kind of dividend from Vitafoam, and the market reacted to it immediately. If some company can do that, I will see that there will be movement in some stock. What you don't need, you have to invest wisely in this stock anytime you are picking stock. Don't just invest for investing sake.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Have I answered your question, sir? Sorry, have I answered your question, sir? Hello?
No, it's
Yes, I thank you, but I would have thought you are going to put up the chart of WAPO to see where WAPO was coming from and where it is now.
Okay, don't just pick one. Just hold on. Let me bring that WAPO chart up now. Just hold on.
okay. Ambrose, as you are bringing the chart, maybe let me ask my own question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I know you've been in this stock for a very long time. With your experience as to what has happened for the first 3 quarters, because at least we've seen results from the first 3 quarters. So you can, to some extent, predict, though not 100% correct, but some level of certainty, predict what will happen in respect to the results that will come by the 4th quarter. So do you see those results based on the first 3 quarters that you have seen? Do you see those 4 quarters beating market expectations?
Okay. From your question, I will tell you, if you look at the trend from that first quarter to the end of that quarter, I will tell you result will be a missed number. Some company will beat expectation, some company will be disappointing, while other will leave some flat number. Other will expect a missed number from this company. But the sector that will surprise you that have been so resilient is the banking sector. Most of the banking sector number will come as even not flat, or a bit up, and also they will pay you, even though they didn't get their dividend, you expect them to give you a better what they paid in 2019, even though they are not going their dividend. But some of them that because of consistency and their what we call the dividend policy, dividend equalization policy, they might say, okay, let's just put small thing, either 5 kobo or 10 kobo on what they paid previous year. But I'll tell you, we expect a missed number. We're not saying that numbers, all of them will be perfect. No, we expect missed numbers. Some company will beat expectation, while some will still drag feet, while some will cut their dividend. Because this COVID-19 affected some sectors seriously, why it made some company to make more money because of the wave. For that, those companies that have posted consistent growth in their first quarter, second quarter, third quarter should be where you also be looking at. And the companies in the 10 golden stock, I would say, they are companies that will have told you that their earnings will also be good, and they might likely pay you dividend that is also accommodated to their price as we speak now. That will attract more people to such stocks. For me, don't panic about the market earnings. The earnings will be missed, and it will sustain the market, because even when the economy was down, the numbers are telling us that things are already looking up. Don't forget that even when we saw the dip in the second quarter, third quarter results have confirmed that there's improvement. And that improvement, you saw it when they released their GDP for third quarter. You saw that from a negative of 6.23. And third quarter earnings or corporate earnings are giving us saying that there's a little improvement in that period. There's also from those, it's just for me not to conclude. But if you look at the fourth quarter earnings that came from Unilever, so that there's improvement in that performance for their fourth quarter 2020. And then say that, this also might also be possible for other companies in that industry and others in other industries. That is that we are not expecting a total bad number from the company, but we expect a missed earnings from the company. Not total bad numbers. Because our companies have shown that yes, our managers are becoming more prudent. You can see it in their results reflecting. Yes, the question on the
do you have any update on them on their bonus?
NEM bonus? No, I don't have information on NEM bonus. I know that they marked down. I know that, but the payment or the credit of the account, I'm not asking because I don't have NEM in my account to know whether they've accredited. I don't have NEM, but I know that if they don't that, investor will know. It will reflect straight to your account. But they mark down. I mean, since they mark down, they've credited your account. Even now or later, they can do that. But they mark down for that bonus. If you look at hello, this WACO chart. Are you there?
I'm with you, sir.
This WACO chart. You can see where WACO is. All the way WACO is coming. WACO is coming from let's take this point here. That was 2017 July. WACO touched as high as 60 naira before the journey of coming down started. We are oscillated to resist decline here, but it didn't go. But when the price really gave up, I see that it went as low as getting to around 9 naira 50 kobo. In the process, it went up again. It formed an uptrend here. That's a correction and it went. But if you look at here, it has formed a double bottom at this point. And this is a weekly chart we are looking at now. That formed a double bottom here and here. And you now see that it supported the rally here. When you say company forming a double bottom, it supports that the rally will go up. But when you say company forming a double top, the position that is top will come down is high. But if you come to the recent performance here, the recent trend, you see before the end of the year, a rally to touch as high as 26 naira something. Then before it would not start taking profit again, it came down. And others in that industry have rallied within the process, the period that WACO did not go anywhere. But now WACO started picking up. One, because I said there's mispricing. People are saying that there's value already in WACO. And charts also letting you know that for you to break out this resistance level, the stock is going somewhere. The pullback we just see here, this line here, is just because of profit taking during the week, ahead of the MPC meeting. Once the MPC meeting outcome is positive, or they leave their, all their instruments flat on change, they're likely to be what a rally will come on this WACO or going forward. But don't forget, I said the yield environment will determine how long this market will go, after the full year result in April. Because in April, after full year result, if the yield environment starts improving, the PFAs will naturally start selling down gradually toward the position in those fixed income market. That's why you as an investor, don't be carried away with capital appreciation you are seeing. Where you are making profit, know how to take profit before you will cut from the way, because the market is likely to correct immediately after the earnings season. And also don't forget that at times market can be crazy. Even when results are coming, they are good. People can be selling down during that period. That's why you need to also be wise. When results is good, people have the opportunity to set their position, and because they have made capital appreciation that is more than the dividend they are declaring. That's why you need to also guide yourself. Don't be greedy. Once you make good return, start exiting the market.
Thank you, Ambrose.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much for your presentation.
Thank you, sir. Sorry for the internet.
No problem. This is Harmattan season, so we expect it. Yeah, we expect the fluctuation. You mentioned the Unilever. Unilever posted their results yesterday, and surprisingly too, they equally posted the acquisition of about 27 million units of their shares, and that was dated 12th of December. One question is, does the regulator not have a minimum requirement for which what we call if you are buying your shares, that you should declare to the public so that the public will become aware. They bought these shares over a month and now they are declaring it. Now, secondly, if you look at their results, yes, their result, the top line, the revenue has increased almost 100%, 16 billion to about from 9 billion to about 16 billion or 17
No,
billion.
that is for the last quarter 20.
Yeah, that is for the last quarter because that is where you have the improvement.
Yes.
But they reported a loss.
Yeah.
Yeah, of about 190. But what lifted? Yeah, 190. That is before finance income. What lifted their earning or boosted their earnings was the finance income of about 1 billion 99.
Yes.
991.
Yes.
And
Exactly.
that is what gave rise to the profit being reported. So, to me, well, they have bought the 27 million is a very good sign, and the top line too is a very good sign. They are very soon they are coming out of the woods.
Exactly.
But the result doesn't really depict that everything is well with them. But now that they have bought the shares, it shows us that was what WAPCO did, and even Nestle buying back their shares by themselves. So this gives us a good sign. So what is your take on Unilever as we speak? Not for this year, for long term, medium and long term.
When I saw the results last night, I look at the number, all the factors you just mentioned, I saw them, and I say that this is stuff that if you're a long-term investor, you can start buying. One, when you see the major shareholders buying back the company, they are seeing potential in that company. Like what I said, why you see rally in Nigeria Brewery was not because their numbers were good. It's just because the major shareholders decided not to take the money dividend to buy back and increase their stake. If you are buying back your share, it's so that you have confidence in what you are doing. But the numbers are already telling us where they are going. And if the economy comes out of recession, this is the sector that will do well. Yes, you know that now that there's inflation, it's going to affect that sector because people purchasing power is already low. But if on that situation of last year, you can see good number from Unilever. For me, for long-term investment, it's a welcome idea. But don't expect dividend from them because as you see, they still post a negative 1 point against 4.something billion in 2019. Now their negative has come down to about 1 point. That means going into the new year, they might turn positive. And that is where market will start responding to it. If you have seen this sign, to position before the market started, especially long-term investor, you can buy because now we have seen improvement in their fourth quarter, and also their loss from 4 billion has dropped as high as 1 billion. Going to this new year now, 2021, the possibility that they're going to turn positive before the end of the year is high, especially if the economies come back to recovery mode and start seeing growth going into the year. I see potential in Unilever for those that are thinking long. But for dividend income, don't look the way of that stock for now.
Okay. And also, thank you for, if you look at the golden store, the 10 golden store you gave, you provided on the 5th of December. Livestock as at that time, okay, it was, what I'm looking at is 31st of December last year.
Yeah.
Livestock was 1 naira 39 kobo. And we've seen over the past, for the first 3 weeks, it has surpassed about 100%. So that is kudos to you for that provision before it started going down. But
Yes,
what is your take? Yeah. What is your stake still on livestock? We know that there's a possibility that they may not pay dividend. But are we seeing further?
the possibility that they pay dividend is high, but dividend might not be much. Either 3 kobo or 2 kobo is likely to come from livestock. And for me, it's because the sector is enjoying government policy, and also knowing that they are into feeds, and that feed is not available as we speak now. It's also impacting them. The one they are saying at a high price because of cost of feed in the market, because of maize. It's also reflecting on their performance. For me, for livestock, if you are there, take profit. Don't wait for the dividend, because dividend is 3 kobo or 2 kobo. It will move it to anywhere. If you have entered at 2 naira, at 3 naira, I think you should exit. If you follow the best data, we are giving you the exit price there, which is 2 naira, 20 by 2 naira, 10 kobo. You need to exit that position and move to another stock, because the 3 naira, 3 kobo or 2 kobo dividend won't put the price anywhere when they release their results.
Okay, that's good. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Hello, Mr. Ambrose.
Yeah, sir.
Please, what can you say about one entered transport at 110 kobo? Then what is your opinion on Ikeja Hotel? Thank you.
Yeah. For I'll start with Ikeja Hotel. For Ikeja Hotel, I would say you slow down for Ikeja Hotel unless you're a long-term investor. You know, the hospitality industry have been beaten about by this coronavirus. We will expect a better number from that company now. But with the, with the discovery of vaccine, now that we started distributing already, we are expecting vaccine to come to Nigeria by February latest. Once the come, fear of people traveling has dropped. People can move. Then when there's traveling, people are moving and you can see that hotel business can thrive. But if people are not moving, nobody will enter that hotel. They will make money. But with this vaccine, I see that going forward to this year, we expect that improvement in that kind of service company, like all those hotel and airline will start improving because of this vaccine. And I'll tell you, the fear that we're in the market, that we're in the world or in the market during the first wave is not as high. It's not compared to what we are seeing. Like, that's why the numbers are decreasing on this second wave. People are not afraid compared to the first one. The first one, people were indoor, but because there's vaccine, people are already traveling with the vaccine. Some countries have even injected their citizens with the vaccine. For that, I see that gradually business of all those hotels will start coming back going into the year. But for Transcorp, if you see Transcorp at 110 kobo, I would say big Transcorp, buy it. One, I said earlier that if you are into utility business, which is energy, no power, you are going to make money. Transcorp has acquired us Afam. Yes, it might not have impact in their 2020 result or first quarter, but I believe that from second quarter and third quarter, we'll start seeing the impact of that acquisition, how it's going to impact their business. For that, I will say that you should take position in Transcorp. It's a good one.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Ambrose.
Yeah.
Yeah, once again, we've seen Access Bank acquiring affiliates of some other banks, and they are consistent in that. And that is one of their strengths presently. But do you see it becoming a weakness to them in the nearest future, considering that Access Bank, yes, when their price is rising, it will go very rapidly. And when it's falling, it will fall. And also their dividend policy, they are very stingy as far as the dividend policy is concerned. Their dividend doesn't grow at all.
Yeah.
So
for Access, if you know, Access is one of the stock I play with, because the management of Access, I will tell you, whether they are very smart people, they know what they are doing. And there's a wave in the market already in the banking sector. That wave is that since the non-income revenue of the banks are dwindling down, the banks are changing their strategy by going to what we call holding business that has helped Stanbic IBTC, and now First Bank is joining. If not that First Bank is a holding company, they would have seen a lot of issues with First Bank, because even when First Bank have no money to pay, the activities of the holding company was used to pay their dividend in some years back. Now, Access Bank is acquiring even banks, and those are outside banks. That means, have it in mind that sooner or later, Access Bank will come with that idea of having a holding company again, because these guys, they want others they acquire to be supporting their bottom line, and that is what they are going now. Don't forget that GTB don't take a step of having a holding company. Why are they doing that? It's not because they want to become a holding company. No, because they want to do other business that the license of banking do not support. Because you remember before now, we have a universal license where you can do any other business. But now they don't have universal licensing. But with holding company, you can do business, other things, and still report to your bottom line at the end of the day. I think that is what Access is already preparing. So those guys, they are very smart. That's why they are acquiring even outside the banking operation businesses. They are putting them so that when they come with their holding move, it's going to connect with all those ones, and that is what going to make them more thicker. And also, don't forget that as you speak now, the third quarter, Access gross earnings is higher than every other in that industry. Access is going somewhere. This is the first time Access is crossing 100 billion dividend profit bottom line. 100 billion the first time. So they have about 102 billion for third quarter. It's a sign that where Access is going. Yes, like you know, I said, they are stingy in dividend premium, but in capital appreciation, Access move faster than UBA, move faster than First Bank. It's only Zenith Bank that I know that when this result, most time market don't react to Zenith Bank result when the ball because of the yield side, people are comfortable with Zenith Bank. In terms of market reaction when the result is not, but when Access result and that result is good, the movement will be faster than every other in the industry.
Thank you.
Any other question?
Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon, Ambrose.
Good afternoon, sir.
Please, can you enlighten us on the Dangote cement? It seems the price is stable. Dangote cement.
Okay. Dangote cement for me, they said no, the buyback scheme of Bangladesh is 1 year, and that was approved for them around February last year, and I know the financial year ended with December 31st. And then the price is a bit stable, just because of the holding structure of that company. Most of the shares in Dangote is in few hands, and the price cannot just fall. And when they are not selling, where will you see to buy in the market? They are the ones holding it in. And now with the acquisition of almost 5% of the 10% buybacks they want to do, they want to cancel it in their shares. I mean, their shares become very few. But going forward, this cancellation they want to do is going to impact on Dangote earnings, because they have few shares to divide their profitability. That is to see a higher number. For me, the industry where Dangote is a very stable sector, and their business also they are waxing strong, expanding outside the shore of Nigeria. That is good for them. But for the price is selling, I will not advise someone to jump into Dangote at this price, no matter the they're going to pay you at the end of the year, unless you're a long-term investor. No, there are other stocks that give you high dividend yield, but for you to balance your portfolio, if your portfolio manager, you need that kind of high cap stock to protect your position. Yeah, like I call them defensive stock at times. That will, for you to want to make money, I don't know how one will go from this price now to 500 naira between now and end of the year. But you can go up, but look for other stock that will give you more return. But if you want to use to balance your portfolio, you can be there because it's stable, and at the same time, the price is one of the defensive stock you have in the market.
Sorry, Ambrose, can I ask
Thank
something,
you very
please?
much.
Yeah, we are very free.
Yeah, please. What's your take on Fidelity?
Fidelity. Let me quickly call Fidelity. And people have been asking about that. Let me quickly bring Fidelity chart up here.
Ambrose, please also look at MTN. What's happening with MTN?
MTN. Okay. Well, for MTN, I will say that for MTN especially, MTN for me is just a market sentiment that is not a bit up and down. But in terms of period, their dividend might not be too attractive. But because the twin brother, let me put it in that sector, what is his name, is high, and I see that MTN will not remain in that price that we are seeing. It's likely to go up to around even above 200. But you have to also be very careful, because the dividend are going to come from MTN will not be too much to support the price. But if you are there, just hold on, use it to put your portfolio and watch the market trend. And also, this big stock is what smart money play. Smart money move all these big stuff, because that is where they think that they are safe. Yeah, this
Nice Bank.
Fidelity.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're sharing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you see it now?
You are sharing.
Yeah, this Fidelity for you.
Yes.
You can see that Fidelity has formed what we call a trending stock. That
Weekly.
It's a weekly chart. Yeah, this weekly chart.
Not daily or weekly?
Weekly.
Okay.
You can see that Fidelity have formed what we call a trending position, that you can buy low and sell high on Fidelity. But if you look at this point, it's trying to, like, for me, consolidate at this point. This is a consolidation stage. You look at from here from here to here, let me draw something that you will see. Look at the movement of the stock from this point here. And at this point, the stock is trying to consolidate at this point. But a breakout of this line, or to say that it's going somewhere. Don't forget that this is the highest before now. And it touched it, there's around the 2 naira 90 kobo, and it came down. And this time again, if you look at this chart here, it touched 3 naira 10 kobo, and it came down. Now it's struggling around 2 naira 60 kobo and 272. The possibility that this stock will go break out a side. Also, there's a rumor in the market, and the number of Fidelity has been also not bad. They have made their number consistent, and for me, we can expect a dividend of 20 kobo from 25 kobo from Fidelity if CBN approve it. That is possible because in terms of price debt to deposit to ratio deposit to ratio of CBN is one of the companies that banks that have surpassed it with excess. The deposit ratio, debt to equity ratio, how they put it, is what I see that Fidelity is enjoying. Fidelity is good in giving loan, and they know how to manage their loan. For that, if they are going to pay 25 people, CBN might not disturb at this time. They can afford to pay 25 people. That would move Fidelity even above 3 naira or 320 if that happens and there's still liquidity in the market. But there's a rumor in the market before I say that there's a Nigeria that want to buy into it. It's a rumor because it's not official. We do not see any board that you want to take some holdings in the company. We don't know the style is going to use to buy. If it's buying on the floor, it's going to move the price of Fidelity. But if Fidelity, you are waiting for dividend, good. Fidelity is going to pay dividend that will also move the price when it comes to the market. Only that Fidelity does not release the result on time. Their result comes even before the end of March or early April. They are late in terms of releasing their result. The result is not as early as that of Zenith Bank GTB. That is for Fidelity. For Fidelity has potential to still go up if they pay dividend around 22 to 25 kobo, the price will still go up. Don't forget that this bank Fidelity, I will tell you, their earnings in terms of bottom line has been a bit stable and resilient. For me, it's a good one for one to look for Fidelity because this is one of the low cap stock. I know that one can say that there's fundamental that can support their price. They are not like all those insurance stock we're saying that it's one chance. This one is one of them that you can buy.
Okay, Ambrose, still on that Fidelity.
Okay.
Based on that rumor, if that Nigerian abroad succeeded in acquiring that huge amount, what would be the likelihood impact going forward on Fidelity on a long term?
No, if in terms of numbers, Fidelity performance has been stable. They are doing well. For me, in terms of numbers, but if such acquisition will come, it will give the holding structure another pitching, another pattern, and that will also support the price because the price buy is not going to sell tomorrow. When you have a tight shareholding structure, it always support the price of the share. And when your share is not too much in the market, your price also can be sustainable. But when your stock, everybody has it that when it goes up, you don't want to sell, the price will be depressed. But if your stock is in few hands, price can be sustainable. That is what stocks like Nestle is enjoying today. Nestle is enjoying today. Nestle is just in few hands. Nestle International has about 68 of Nestle. And all those retirees in Nestle are not ready to sell. All those nominee accounts are ready to sell. That is why the stock is very few. But still like First Bank, every family has First Bank. If you go up today, they want to sell it, you declare the price. That is why also we're looking at stock like Zenith Bank. Zenith Bank also has to also sit up. The only structure in GTB is tighter than that of Zenith Bank. That is why the sentiment in GTB more than Zenith Bank. But Zenith Bank has better numbers. But the price is not because the holding structure in GTB is also tight to a level. That's why it's not as tight as that of Nestle. But the holding structure also support their price. The holding structure is very important. This person coming to Fidelity wants to change the holding structure of Fidelity. Good for investor.
Ambrose, we've not been seeing movement in the price of GT in recent times. It's just zigzag movement. We don't have any sporadic price increases.
I will tell you
but
one
in
thing.
the last 3 to 4 years, we saw huge quantity being bought. Maybe that should be ahead of the dividend declaration.
Yeah, but I will tell you that before now, since they announced the holding application and all those stuff, people are being careful. They don't know, but don't know that it's not going to affect the GTB. It's just change of money they're going to do. Then other companies will not queue up in that holding. It's not going to affect them. But the only fear I have, as analyst or as investor, that GTB has good numbers too. Their prices are high. But the sentiment we're hearing from the public, especially now that they started doing rotation of their branches, is sending a bad signal about GTB. That's why they are going to use to manage COVID-19 issue and all those stuff. Or no, people when you go to branch, they are not operating. The way people perceive it, that go to another branch is sending a bad signal about the bank, and that's why I see that there's no much activity going. If their number start coming and immediately good, because the public now, unless they're going to do another enlightenment, people are saying that why are they closing? Why are they closing? Why are they not operating? That alone is sending a bad signal for GTB. I think after they are holding structure, they should come back fully and let people know, because people love that bank. And then, hello, one house who is making noise. Hello.
Please switch off your microphone. Yeah, we are with you.
On that note, for me, it's just market sentiment that you are keeping the price flat now. If your number comes, your number is likely to put it up again. But for me, it's one of the stock that you should hold.
Hello, Ambrose.
Dive bank.
We eventually saw some Africans
Can we tell Mr. Network and some other people to move their microphone? It's disturbing the house.
Hello, Mr. Ambrose.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Ambrose, please mute everybody. Please mute everybody.
What is your take on the oil industry, with particular reference to Total and Mobil Oil?
Okay, but after that question, for everyone in the house, please mute your word, your speaker, please, your mic, I beg. Okay, for the oil and gas, this little adjustment in fuel price is likely to impact on some of the companies, especially those that are prudent and those that also have their products before the adjustment. They have made money, going to reflect on their new year. But going into the new year, expect that this little margin will impact on their earnings, on their number, and that will also support their price. But you have to be very careful in that regard. For me, stock like Teplanet, because of the crude oil price is constantly recovering now, rising, they are expect that their number to be a bit better going into this year if that tempo is sustained. And also, don't forget that stock they pay in dollar in terms of their dividend, and they'll be consistent. In that. For me, that is good for Stepler. But for others, like the Adobe thing, if you look at the Adobe number, their number is not too bad. But the possibility that Adobe would delist is very high. Now, Mobi, which is a 11 PSC, have even notified the market of their delisting. You have to be very careful. But I see potential in Total taking advantage of this little hike in the price because of their network. Total number will improve. Don't forget that as a third quarter, Total have bounced backward to profitability. That again, I see this year Total
Thank you very much.
If you are looking at that mention,
thank you very much for the explanation.
Thank you very much.
Ambrose, please, one more question. If Mobil is, if a company is delisting, what do they do to people that own shares? If they want to delete, what do they do?
If they want to delete, they'll make it over, and there's a price. If you don't want to go with them, are you there?
Hello, Ambrose.
Are you there? I'm here. Can you hear me?
Hello,
I'm hearing you. Hello,
Please stopping the house. God bless you.
Ambrose, please. If a company is delisting, what happened to the shareholders that have shares there? What do they normally do? That person that mentioned Mr. Oko, were you sure that my mic was on? You have to check very well before you call people's name.
No, so that hello, are you there? They will tell you the price they are going to to pay those that want to go out, those that don't want to stay, follow them to become an unquoted company. That price is what they will pay you if you either you fill a form. They will tell you that yes, this is what they pay. But if you want to follow them as they are delisting to become an unquoted company, still PLC, you can feel free to go there, but they will tell you this is the price. Like what we saw in that Adobe. Adobe bought their holdings from Todola at a high price, and which after that they came to do one Abradaka, saying that 500 units at same price of what they bought from Otodola. That thing they did, that investors should just show interest, they buy from you from different holdings, small one. It says that the point that they're going to exit at the lower price is high. Doing that they've touched everyone, both the major shareholders and the minority shareholder at the price they bought from Otodola. But from now, if they want to go out, they can say they want to exit at, if you want to, they can set you at 20 naira, even at 10 naira, because that is what they want to use to exit. But if you are not comfortable with that price, you might say, okay, let me go with them, because most of the companies that are delisted outside their exchange, they are doing well and paying good dividend. I'll give an example of one. One called this airline service. Airline service, when they're on the floor, they are not paying dividend, but when they delisted, they pay dividend almost 4 naira, 2 naira, almost twice, after they are delisted. That's something that they are doing well outside the exchange. But it's not good for the market for a company to be delisting. You are making the market more smaller, because we need more companies to be on the exchange so that we can see more stock to trade. That means the regulators have to work more on to know why companies are delisting and address the issue. But for shareholders, there's no issue. They will tell you when they are delisting and how they want to delist. If you agree with the terms, they pay you off. If not, you follow them to become a shareholder, even when they are not quoted. It's very open. They make it open for everyone. It's not a hidden thing. Hello?
Madam is interesting.
Okay.
Okay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Hello? Hello? Hello?
I'm still online.
Hello, Ambrose.
Yeah, I want to draw the curtain here.
Okay.
I want to start running up here so that we can go for other. Yeah.
Okay, let me just ask you one question. You said you're going to introduce the executive seminar this year.
Okay.
Are you still planning that?
Thank you very much. We are starting by the end of the first quarter.
I didn't say it's not.
We're starting by the end of first quarter.
Okay.
Yeah, and also we're going to show you how to trade, every earning season is part of what we're going to teach in that seminar. And the specific stock you should buy for those quarters before the results start coming. Not like the question they asked earlier. We use our strategy to tell you this stock is going to go up when numbers come, and why we are buying them, and why you should not hold such stock. And that training is just for the few, as you just said, for executives that really want to take a capital market as source of their income. That you want to trade this any season, we're going to teach you, and we'll come with other benefits. Not only just teaching, stock that you trade within that quarter that will give you money will also be big. Because I tell you that the essence of analysis, the essence of training, the essence of seminars is for you to know find the right stock that will give you money. That is the goal. The goal is to buy stock that will give you money, nothing else. And that is the essence of the executive training, how to pick the right stocks and also take advantage of the earning season each quarter to make money for yourself. Thank you very much, sir, for reminding me. That is nice one. I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yes, before we round up again, please let somebody in the house, somebody pray for us when we are about to start. Let somebody just also pray for us to round up, please. I will appreciate that. Let somebody in the house pray for us. Short, brief prayer for us to round up. Hello. Let somebody in the house pray for us. Either a Christian brother or a Muslim brother should pray for us to round up. Yeah. Are we there? Hello.
Father, Lord, Jesus,
In Jesus' name,
Amen.
our Heavenly Father, we thank you for the deliberations of today.
Emmanuel.
Thank you, Heavenly Father, for the coordinator of this program, for the love you've instilled in him and the ability you've given to him. We thank you for the knowledge he has imparted unto your children. Thank you also for the participants who have participated today. Thank you, Heavenly Father. We pray thee to grant us wisdom to put all that we've learned into practice for the benefit of humanity. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen. Thank you very much. Thank you all. Thank you. Sorry for the internet wahala today. We are very sorry
What
for
about
that.
the stock for next week to buy?
I've mentioned them now.
Thank you, Mr. Ambrose. Thank you
I've
very
mentioned
much.
them. I said stop for next week. Police microfinance. Are you there? Police microfinance.
Yes.
You cap Jais, correct. Yes, you are people are there. Unless you came late. Jais and Wapo. Yeah, Jais and Wapo. Exactly.
Which one is Jais?
Jais Bank.
Okay, Jazz Bank.
Jais Bank. I don't know
Jais Bank. Jais Bank.
Police microfinance, Jais and Wapo.
Yes.
Yeah, Pentecost Hub.
Okay. Yeah, no, access is okay for you to buy, but we give access last week, the last meeting. Access was given last meeting. Yes, so we're not giving it today. We gave access in our last meeting.
You gave WAPCO also, as WAPCO did all indices.
We mentioned them now. Transport we mentioned that they are good buy. I don't need to say they are good buy. Transport is a good one. At 1 naira 10 kobo 113, transport is a good buy. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Ambrose. God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ambrose. God bless.
Thank you very much, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. God bless you.
Thank you, Ambrose. Thank you.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
Okay, bye-bye.
God bless
Thank you, Mr. Ambrose. God bless you.
Yeah, thank you.
Have a wonderful weekend.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank
Ambrose,
you.
I hope you give us what's the cost for the executive training.
Yes, the next training, the next question and answer, you get it. The next question and answer will give you the cost. No problem.
Okay. Thank you.